Good night, and welcome to Let's Connect on 88.5 Soufriere FM. For a second there, I thought I was going crazy. I'm pressing the intro and nothing not happening. So, welcome to our program. It is Tuesday again. Tuesday seems just like yesterday we were here, but today is the 25th of February, 2025. Here in studio with me, to my right, left on the screen, but to my right, Mrs. Tanzania Mafra Fede. And tonight we're going to be having a very impromptu show. We did not plan to have a guest tonight. So she's my pop-up guest tonight, surprise guest. She is representing T&D Marketing as well as Startup Hurdle, but she'll tell you more about that later on in the program. I want to thank all those of you who are already locked on. Thank you so very much for joining us. Remember, the comment section in our Facebook Live is up and it is on. So if you want to say hi, let us know who's here. Let us know who's there so we can give you a shout out. But we're going to start off as we always do, giving all the wonderful communities of Soufriere a shout out tonight. We're going to start with Force Jacques. Force Jacques, good night to you guys. Hope that you're having a wonderful night. I hope that your week has started out great. I hope that you're still in a great mood after all the independence celebrations. So good night to Force Jacques. Good night to guys in Belvedere. If you're in Esperance, shout out to Esperance. We want to say good night to Boaden. Good night to you in Mini, in Mocha, in Saint Philip, in Toa, in Wavinclair. If you are in Zeno, good night to you. If you are in Crestland, good night. We want to say good night to everybody in Colabet. If you're in New Development, in Palmis, in Forbenye, good night to you. We want to say good night to everybody in Diamond. Good night to those of you at Belfort. If you're in Etongs, good night to you. We want to say good night to everybody at Sulphur Springs. If you're in Margaret Tooth, good night. For Jalib, good night to you guys. Good night to those at Chateau Bel. If you are at Mont Lacroix, good night to you as well. We want to say good night to everybody in the town of Soufriere. If you're at Bridge Street, Boulevard Street, High Street, Smith Street, Church Street, Lenny's Hill, good night. And the biggest shout out of all goes to Barron's Drive, who had a wonderful family fun day on Sunday in celebration of independence. And I do hope that you guys deserve a round of applause, and I hope that y'all know that. Y'all put on a wonderful show. I saw only a little bit of clips, so from that, I know y'all had a wonderful time. So good night to everybody in Soufriere. Good night to everybody who is coming fresh off of independence celebrations. We have celebrated 46 years of independence. We want to say good night to all the independence babies, everybody who celebrated on the 22nd. That includes my uncle Pedro Dusauzay. Good night to you in I assume you're in New York. I don't even know where you are. But in whatever part of the world that you are, good night to you and happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday to Miss Teresa Puppy. And happy birthday today to Mrs. Catherine Prosper, celebrating today. Belated birthday greetings to Mr. Charles Snack and to Miss Margaret Vite as well. So all those of you who celebrated in the last week or so, if you're celebrating today, let us know. If you celebrated in the last week, if you're celebrating in the week coming, let us know. But we want to wish you advanced birthday greetings. Hope that you celebrate in a fun and fantastic way. So we want to let everybody know that we have a funeral this week that we would love if the entire of Soufriere could turn out to the funeral of Hank Monrose, the young man who tragically lost his life on January 19th. His funeral is this week, Thursday, at 3 p.m. at the Soufriere Catholic Church. We ask those of you who can, please come and attend, show your respects to the family, and you who can wear a touch of blue. Okay, so that is the funeral of Hank Monrose. All right, so tonight I just intended to give you a bit of updates on upcoming events, upcoming meetings, things we want you to look out for. So once again, good night to our Let's Connect family. Good night to you, Sabina Alexander. Good night to Linda Flavius. Thank you for being here. Now, to my right, left on your screen, but to my right, like I said earlier, Mrs. Tanzania Mafre Frede. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and tell you about the many hats that she wears. She is fresh off of a ambassadorial trip in Barbados, and she's doing very well representing St. Lucia, representing different businesses in St. Lucia, and she's going to be taking it international very soon. So we want to give a shout out to T&D Marketing and to Mrs. Tanzania Mafre Fede. So Mrs. Fede, good night to you. Say hello to our Let's Connect family.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Let's Connect with Reneata Dusauzay, and I'm really honored to be a guest here this evening. Majority of persons in the youth space would know me as Tanzi, but I'm Tanzania Mafre Fede, a passionate generational wealth creator and community advocate. I am committed to empowering entrepreneurs and fostering innovation through initiatives like Startup Huddle St. Lucia. And I'm also a finalist with the Young Leaders of America's initiative, heading to America for a flagship program, a fellowship program, where I'm going to be bringing my Startup Huddle family with me. So everyone might be saying, what is Startup Huddle? So Startup Huddle is a flagship program of the Global Entrepreneurship Network. It's called Gen Global, and you guys can go to Google to see more about it. It's a 501c company, so it's not for profit, but it's a dynamic chapter that's designed to support local entrepreneurs by offering a platform for sharing ideas, receiving feedback, and building meaningful connections. This year, our focus is on strengthening the chapter's structure, recruiting dedicated volunteers, and forming strategic partnerships to ensure that we do have smooth and impactful operations. And our ultimate goal is to cultivate a thriving entrepreneurial ecosystem that drives sustainable growth and success. I would encourage every St. Lucian to join Startup Huddle St. Lucia, as it's a hub of resources and a place to have your business recognized on a global scale. Majority of our startups today, I'm going to tell you, entrepreneurship is hard, especially when you start a business. I know you would project that you would want to become an enterprise one day, but in the beginning, you're an EO, you're an enterprise of one. So you would carry multiple hats, from managing to being your own accountant, your own marketer. And I know it's hard. And that's why Startup Huddle is a safe space for all entrepreneurs to come in, and you get to speak with industry leaders as well as mentors who are already change makers in the ecosystem. Our last huddle was on February 19th, and we had our featured speaker, Natalie John, alongside Kamala. And she covered how she was able to pivot in a market that seems saturated in St. Lucia. I mean, you can understand. Sometimes you have a dream or an idea, but when you pitch it on the island, people might claim you're mad. And being mad is good in business. You know why? It means that there's somebody out there looking to madly invest in you too. So Miss John took her idea and brought it out of St. Lucia and went to certify herself in her field, becoming a industry leader, and now operates in 17 countries. So Startup Huddle is here to help you scale to that level where your idea can reach a global market. So whether or not you haven't received any form of funding or grants or resources, with the many that's available, I'm here to let you know that at times it could be perspective. The idea may be a problem that you can solve on a global scale. It could be that in St. Lucia it's already being done in a certain way, but there's something called where you don't reinvent the wheel, but you try to make it easier for persons to navigate. So whether you're just in your idea phase, or you're already in the works of building your enterprise, you are welcome to join our huddles every 19th of the month. Our next session is on March 19th, and we do look forward to having as many entrepreneurs as possible. Today, we have over 400 entrepreneurs who are registered, but we do still find challenges with persons meeting the allocated time. They would either be at work or would have other prior engagements which would take up the time. But I encourage you guys to take some time out. If you're planning to become an entrepreneur, or you do have an idea, that you're able to come in and get the guidance you need and the access to the resources. Again, Startup Huddle St. Lucia is not owned but managed by T&D Marketing and Sales Management. And I am your local director appointed by the Global Entrepreneurship Network based in Washington, D.C. And I look forward to hearing from as many of you and seeing many more entrepreneurs join, that where we can help you scale your business.
Awesome. That sounds wonderful. And I do hope that business owners or persons who are interested in starting up their own businesses are taking notes. Like she said, the next meeting is on March 19th. Tanzania, please let them know how they can reach you, how they can find you on social media, how they can direct any queries regarding Startup Huddle.
So for Startup Huddle St. Lucia, it's as the name says. So once you type that in Facebook, our official page comes up and you're able to just send either a direct message or click on the link below any of our posts from the Global Entrepreneurship Network page, and you're able to register and receive updates for all of our meetings and any opportunities that are available to you.
Awesome, wonderful. So once again, our business persons, our budding entrepreneurs, our young people who are not sure in what direction they want to go in, this is an opportunity for you to get some insight and to ask questions. Feel free. There's not never a wrong question. There's no wrong answers. So this is the time to be curious. We want to encourage persons. We're always business minded here at Let's Connect, and we want to encourage as many business persons as possible to take all advantage of everything, every opportunity that comes up, and we want to present as many of these opportunities to you as possible. So Startup Hurdle is one of those that we have the resources, the resource persons right here in Soufriere. So you have that at your fingertip. Please take advantage. You can also reach out to us at the Soufriere constituency office so we can help to guide you towards Startup Hurdle or to any
Definitely.
other resources that you may need. So you can also reach out to us at 731 3234 731 3234, and we also have WhatsApp. So you can, if you're more comfortable using WhatsApp, that's fine as well. So we want to welcome our persons on the chat. Good night to you, Miss Annie Nicholas. Good night, Rufus Andre, and good night to Nadia Kasavo. Thank you so very much for being here with us on Let's Connect. We want to encourage persons who are on. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, comments, if you just want to say hello, if you just want to get a shout out, or if you want us to shout out somebody on your behalf, feel free to say something in our Facebook live chat or in our YouTube chat. So good night to those of you on YouTube as well. All right, so we've heard from Startup Huddle, but I do want to let you know of a few meetings taking place this week that I think some of you might be interested in. So tomorrow, Wednesday, the 20th